Welcome to the vlog. Today we're riding the Traction Atlas. So let's see how it does. Traction sent me a message and asked me if I wanted to borrow a bike. They gave me a few choices, and in the end I decided on the Atlas Traction because it seemed like the most different bike compared to what I normally run. Not only did it have super thick 2.4 inches tires at a 27.5 diameter, but it seemed to have the geometry of a mountain bike. So that was confirmed by me when I rode it in my village. I don't really know, but it seems like it has a high trail number, which means it should descend pretty well. And I'm interested to see or to try it on some single track. The other thing I was curious about was this group set. What is this called? L2? LTWO? I don't know what it's called, but I was curious about it because I've never tried it before. And you know what? Honestly, it shifts fine. It just feels a bit weird because it has your regular shifter, and then it also has this little button, and that's how you shift. It's a 1x, and it's weird to me because on the Shimano GRX, when you press the small regular shifter, it shifts down, and this one it shifts up, and then the small button is the one that shifts down. One interesting flaw with this group set design is that when I go on the drops, I like to go on the drops quite a bit, and sometimes on the drops I want to shift down to harder gear when I'm going downhill, and you just can't do that with this setup. Minor quibble, but considering the price of this thing, not anything I would be concerned about. And as with most stock bikes, I don't have that much confidence on the tires. I went on that slippery Anapog bit and it slipped a little bit. The bike slipped a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but I think it would do better if it were tubeless. I gotta ask them if this bike is tubeless compatible. You will see it on the screen if it is. But either way, with stock bikes, I think the first bang for your buck upgrade would always be the tires. So I'm not familiar with these tires here, but it did feel a little slippery on that downhill. Let's hit that single track. Having so much fun right now. That was a lot of fun. I gotta admit that, so going down that trail, usually when I bring my other bike's a gravel bike, with more road geometry, but it always feels sketchy going fast. Twisty trails or trails with like a steep drop, and with this bike I did not feel that at all. That was fun, and I gotta say, like, the tires performed better than I expected. It was not as slippery in the trail because it was not as sandy. Also, the group set shifted. Like, I didn't, you know, after a while, just got used to the group set. Didn't think any differently. Shifts like how it's supposed to shift. It shifts better than my bike right now. That was fun. Saw a trail, followed it. Let's see where it goes. Hi, Mom. Ano no? Pasa ka? Asa may mas dali? Mas dali. They told me I'm gonna have to walk up a few stairs. The lady said 50 steps. I guess she's about right. What do I think about the bike so far? You know, it's fun. It's also not that difficult to carry up steps, except for this part. Okay, I'll talk again to the camera later. One last steep off-road section. Good morning. Morning, Lord. Hello. Woo! That's fun. So the Atlas Traction really impressed me because it is a really good bang for your buck bike. I think it's like 30,000 plus. I'm gonna put the amount on the screen, I forget. But you get a really fun geometry bike. I believe you can even change the front fork to a suspension fork if that's your thing. Personally, I'm not too sure about suspension, but going down those trails, going fast on a twisty trail, or even like a steep, like rocky section going down, this was confidence inspiring. Wait, I gotta move the bike. Took me like 10 minutes to get that to stand. So you get a pretty good bike, bang for your buck. So the question is, who is it for? And I think it is for somebody who likes the stability of a mountain bike but likes to have drop bars on it. Now, if you have a mountain bike, why don't you just put drop bars? The geometry of a mountain bike is a bit different. I think the top tube is a little bit longer. So this one has like a shorter top tube. I believe, I'm guessing, I haven't looked at the geo numbers, I haven't compared, but it feels that way. It has the wheel size of a proper mountain bike. It handles like one. It feels like it goes down trails like one. It's fun. It's a fun bike. So if you like the comfortability and stability of a mountain bike but with drop bars, this might be the bike for you. Personally, I've tried mountain bikes and I don't know what to do with my hands. And then this just feels right to me. I mean, take that with a grain of salt, because I did first start really cycling with a gravel bike. So obviously I lean towards there. A couple of things I was surprised about. Number one, the brakes. I was surprised about the brakes. Like I I got so used to my hydraulic brakes, and it took me. I haven't used mechanical brakes in a long time, but they're fine. They're not, you know, they're not the best brakes I've ever used, but they're totally fine. Was able to go down the trail, and to be honest, going down the trail on this bike was a lot more confidence inspiring compared to my other bike. I was also surprised by the group set. After a while, I just got used to how it shifted, and it shifted fine. Nothing, like honestly, it shifts better than my bike right now. My bike right now, like there's some sort of alignment issue with the frame and the, anyway, let's not get into it, but it shifts fine. I am not a group set connoisseur, but it does the job. But to be honest, I think the best thing about this is the frame. It's just a fun frame. It's like a fun frame geometry, you know? If you lean towards mountain biking, if you lean towards like going off-road, or you just like the comfortability of a mountain bike, Atlas traction frame, pretty good. Alright, that's it for now. I will be riding this bike more in the future. No boring days. Please subscribe.